Exactly 1 year ago, I launched my personal brand and YouTube channel, Ari the Creator. Now, the way I did the marketing was epic. So the 5 days leading up to January 1st, I posted an old-fashioned timer on my social media stories. You know, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And on January 1st, I posted a video of a rocket launching, which went from 0 to 100. Then in the sky, the stars spelled out, swipe up. And that brought people to my website, which had my first YouTube video on the home page. And yeah, that's really how this all got started. Now, this is going to be a really fun episode. I'll be sharing with you my whole journey and all the things that I experienced and learned along the way. And my intention in doing so is to inspire you to not only design your own path, but to really see how you are the creator of your life experience. And for me, personal branding is one of the best ways that I found to really customize your own life. Now, I'm not saying it's for everyone, but if you think it's something that you might want to pursue, or you already are, then if you stay until the end of the video, I'll be sharing a limited time opportunity that will really get you going on your journey. Now, delving in. So it's funny, and I'm going to be very raw and open with you all about how Ari the Creator came to be, because believe it or not, it was quite spontaneous, and it was actually a form of resilience/rebellion, if you will. Now there's this book called Supernormal by Meg Jay, and in this book she tells the rare underdog stories of people who used childhood adversity as their fuel to succeed in life and just soar to new heights. And she even talks about how one way people showed resilience was that they wore superhero costumes underneath their clothes. And that's really funny because when I was younger, I was Super Ari. I made these comic books, like stacks of them, called Super Ari, and I ran around the house with a cape pretending I was a superhero. Now in college, a similar thing happened. I experienced a form of adversity which I won't go too deep into the details, and I'm not sharing this story out of any kind of resentment or hate, but it's part of my story and it made me into who I am now, so I'm not holding back. So the members of an organization who claimed to support violence against women failed to do so when I seeked them out. Like, they didn't even do much, let alone inform me of any resources, and they made me feel even more unseen and unheard. At first, unintentionally, but then very deliberately. And it seemed as though they only supported survivors if they agreed to join their organization. And I'm just like, nope. This isn't right, this isn't cool, so what did I do? As cheesy as this sounds, I found the divine light within myself, I empowered me, and I started my own brand, Ari the Creator, for really the same reason that I started Super Ari, out of resilience and rebellion. So badass. Those are the perks of being a wallflower. I need to contact that author. But anyway, the old Ari the Creator websites told that whole story in the form of very raw and intense art, and that website is now archived. It will only now be available on my Patreon, which you can become a donor for using the link in the description. Do expect that art to be uploaded by next week. But anyway, it wasn't just that which motivated me to start my brand. You see, I also wanted to find a way to combine all of my passions and really carve my own path and be my own boss after college. I studied marine biology, which I absolutely fell in love with, but I fell more in love with the storytelling and the photography side of things rather than the research part. And that's because research just doesn't fulfill my creative entrepreneurial spirit, which I had ever since I was a kid. So what I did is I wrote down all of my passions on a piece of paper, and I played sort of a connect the dots to really weave them all together. And then I fit that underneath an umbrella term, which turned out to be creating your own life, your own reality, creating the change that you wish to see in the world. And so my mission statement for my channel that I drew from that was, if we connect with nature and enhance our spiritual well-being, we not only heal ourselves, but we also create a better world. So yeah, I did that, and I actually took a small break from Ari the Creator to focus on school because I had one more semester left of college, and I graduated in May. I was IU's first woman marine biology graduate, and what I did a few months later in August is I attended Tony Robbins' Business Mastery Conference to gain real business knowledge and skills. I paid 10 grand for it. I did the payment plan for an entire year. If you want to hear all about that journey, I talk about it in a separate video here. But yeah, that experience just blew me away. It totally paid off. I met my mentors, Sunny Tran and Angel Hill, and they helped me actually start making money with Ari the Creator. So not only do I make videos on YouTube, but I also use it to generate leads and sales for my coaching business. And for coaching, what I do is I help people create the positive change that they wish to see in the world using YouTube as a vehicle. And if you're interested in my coaching, you can book a discovery call with me using the link in the description. And now I have clients, I have a Facebook community, I'm hosting workshops, and I'll be launching a course soon. But yeah, all of this is social entrepreneurship because 5% of my course profits go to Sea Legacy. I also helped raise money for Team Seas, the whole campaign that Mr. Beast launched, and I'm also helping to grow a marine conservation organization called Preservotion, which I'll be talking more about in the future. But yeah, this is what I plan to continue to do, to use media and business to ultimately help create a better world and protect the environment. Now, in the near future, do expect more videos about the ocean. I plan to move to San Diego really soon, where I can actually create more content about that. But until then, please let me know if you have any suggestions for video topics that you'd like me to cover. But yeah, let's talk about my logo. So I haven't mentioned this yet, but another factor which led me to make Ari the Creator was a full-on spiritual awakening that I experienced in December of 2020. Now, in this awakening, it was evoked by fasting and by pineal gland decalcification. And it's so hard to put this into words, but ultimately I entered the 5th dimension. And I can't go too much into this now because I could go on and on. I'll have to make a separate episode about that. But everything I saw in this physical reality was the most perfect and beautiful combination of science, spirituality, and art. And love is at the center of it. It is this infinite fuel of the universe. And this isn't just some airy-fairy nuanced concept. I'm talking deep metaphysics here. But I definitely will have to go into this more in a separate video. But yeah, this is where my logo comes from, if you are wondering. Now, it's funny. I had someone say to me the other day that I created an ego around Ari the Creator. And there's a couple things I want to say about that really quick. First off, every person has an ego. There's no getting rid of it. It's part of what makes us human. And there's a difference between an unhealthy ego and a healthy ego. And this identity I created for myself comes from the heart of service. And that's really what personal branding is all about. It's putting your own experience, stories, and expertise at the center of the business and creating products/services to ultimately serve others. Now, life is all about perspective, and if you see my work in any negative light, that's more of a reflection of you. Not saying that my work is for everyone or that my way of doing things is the best or perfect, but I just wanted to clarify this, that it's done out of service. It is a personal brand, and if you're even interested in doing something similar, you can too. Rather than climbing a corporate ladder that someone else laid out, you can design your own ladder and make a living doing that. And when I say your own ladder, I'm referring to a value ladder for a brand that you create. Now, I talk about the value of making money because in order to serve, you must fill your cup first. You need to meet your basic needs of food, water, and shelter before you have the ability to contribute beyond yourself. And Maslow talks about this more in his hierarchy of needs. And the more people who do this, who embark on a journey towards their dreams, the better the world becomes. Because if we all come from the heart of service, then our ways of living and the conversations we have with people will start to shift. I've told this story before about my coach, Angel Hill, who has had a successful personal brand for years now. And with her other successful friends, they no longer just talk about themselves anymore. Now they're talking about how to fix the environment, clean the water supply, end world hunger, things like that. So what this is really all about is working on ourselves first and healing so that we can ultimately do the same for others and heal the planet. That's really what we're doing here. And if that's you, then drop a hashtag I am a creator down in the comments below, because you are the creator of your life experience and you can help create a better world too. Now, I promise that if you stayed until the end, I would share a limited time opportunity that will really get you started on your journey for creating your own life. And this is for you if you're someone who wants to create a personal brand on YouTube or grow an existing business or channel. So I have a 3-day workshop coming up where you will ultimately learn the best tips and strategies for growing your audience, creating consistent and high quality content, getting your message out, and earning money on the platform. So for only $27, you'll learn how I make multiple 4-figures some weeks doing what it is that I do, and you'll also learn how to implement those strategies for yourself. Then maybe a year from now, you'll be making a reflection video like this, how I'm doing now, about your year. But yeah, that's really all I have for you in this episode. The link for that event is in the description down below. Again, if you have any suggestions for video topics, please let me know. And yeah, I'll see you all next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern time for the next episode. Until then, much love.